Hi guys, my name is Jenna Morrison and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a little bit different setting. We are actually in my bathroom right now so that I can use the mirror in front of me. This is a pigtail braiding video because I am getting ready for bed. It's about like 8 o'clock or something like that. I'm ready to get my hair out of my face and forget about it for the night. And hopefully when I take it down in the morning, I won't have to do much to curl it. So first off, I always start on my left side because it is the heavier side of my head. And if I look up at any time for any reason, it is because I'm looking to see what I'm doing. Because I can do it looking down, but it never actually looks right. Okay. So, as I said, I always start on the left side of my head. I usually just take it and brush it. I'll brush it out. And I will go. And I usually take a comb or something. Right now my glasses will do. And I just did that to simply separate the two sides of my head. Okay. So I might end up doing 2 braids, one for this section and one for this section, because this section is the heaviest part of over here, and this is just my bangs, really. Yeah, that's just my bangs. So I don't need a clip. I'm just gonna go ahead and braid this up. Get that little bit right there. Right. It is only natural that I split it into 3, and then doing it this way is really weird, but I am an under braider. I always pass the strand that I am changing underneath the one that I just did something with. And really, after you get it started, all you have to do is follow it down. And I do have 4 ponytail holders. Okay. So there's that part. This part back here, as I said, is heavy. So make sure it's all. There we go. Alright. I am going to do kind of like French braid right here. So I'm starting with a section that is really high up on my head. And all I'm going to do is show you really quickly. 1, 2, and 3. You know, let me split this off a little bit more. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And this is why I have the mirror right here in front of me, I am losing pieces of this strand. Okay. I like to keep it really tight when I'm trying to braid pieces of my hair that's up on top of my head. So, this is more difficult when I'm trying to explain it than when I am just doing it. Right. I passed that strand under, and we've got this strand laying down over here. All I do is pick up just a little bit more hair, and we pass that strand under. Now the strand that was just underneath is over here. So I do it again. Pick up just a little bit more hair. And I grab this one in my hand, pass this under, and I drop the one that was in my hand. So now the strand that I was holding on to back over there, up here, is now in my hand. And yet again, just picking up a little bit more hair. Pass it under, drop. Pick up more. This braid looks so stupid. Pass it over, drop. And we are getting around to where I want this side of my hair over my shoulder, but the rest of it behind my back. So I keep this hair right here, grab some of it from behind my back, and I actually think that was almost all of it, so I'm actually gonna take just a little bit out. So here's the piece that we are dealing with now. Pass it under, drop. Gonna grab that final piece of hair from back there. Pass it under. And this time we are just gonna keep going down, like we did that front one. A lot of times I do find with certain mannequins, certain people, it will be easier if you do a small ponytail at the end of the strand, so that it's easier for you to locate which strand you are using and which strand you are adding to. But since I only brought 4 ponytail holders into the bathroom with me, and I don't keep any more anywhere else in the bathroom, this is how it's going to be right now. Let go of that piece. Okay. Generally, when I braid it all together, the front piece right here that's just hanging, the first piece I braided, ends up back in this one, braided into the rest of the hair. So, as you can see, this part is significantly longer than this part right here. So I usually it gets braided back so far that it gets lost in the rest of the hair. So this side, I'm probably going to do the same thing. Or, you know, I might be able to just braid this side all together And at the end of the video, if I like the way this side looks more than I like this side, I might go back and just take this down and rebraid it. I am really quickly going to show you a free hanging braid. Since I do have 2 more ponytail holders in my hand. So a free hanging braid is the one that is on the end of an existing ponytail. So we just put this up in a little pigtail. My bangs are not cooperating. So a free hanging braid is simply this right here. The middle strand for me always ends up being the biggest, simply because I don't part evenly when I do this. Unless it's on somebody else, or as I said just a minute ago, a mannequin. Alright, so alright, that is a free hanging braid because there's nothing braided up here. And just to show you that for a little bit of reference, there is hair all over my laptop. My hair recently, as in like, I think it was Wednesday, got recolored. So all of these roots right here are blended into the rest of it, instead of it having a harsh line where it just stopped. I'm going to do this one just a little bit differently than I did the ones over here, because this piece right here is going to be one strand. And I go from the back of the part and diagonal up and grab this piece, and I just split that somewhat in half. So, like we just did a minute ago, I am going to pass strands under and drop the one I had in my other hand. Grab more hair. Pass it under and drop. This side, as I said, is the lighter side of my head, so this braid goes up a lot faster than the other one does. Pass it under, drop. Right. Okay. Alright. Pass it under. I would drop if I had anything else left, but since I'm not dropping, I'm just going all the way down. And I don't know if you can see this, but I am taking the finger, the middle finger of my other hand, and the strand I'm grabbing, I wrap the middle finger around it and pull. That way, all that ends up in the other hand is the strand that I am about to add one to. I don't necessarily do fishtail braids on my own hair, because as you saw on the other side, and I will show you again in just a second, because I am thinking about just going ahead and taking that other side down and doing it like this. But when I fishtail braid my own hair, this whole part right here is not braided. It's supposed to be braided all the way up here, but it's not. And the reason I brought 4 ponytail holders in here is because my intention was to do this right here on both sides of my head before I decided to show y'all that other way that I sometimes do it. But it is because I'm going to sleep in this braid, and usually I accidentally snatch it out. So I just put my other ponytail holder right up in there. That's the easiest way for me to do this, is just start at diagonal part and pull up. Alright. And no, these parts don't have to be anywhere near even, or near even. I just am a little bit of a perfectionist. I prefer them to be even though nobody's perfect. I know that for a fact. And I just kind of end up doing something weird. A lot of times when I do this on a mannequin's hair, I have a habit of starting really small and doing just what I just did. On my own hair. I will start under, or start going one direction, and then I will just totally drop what I'm doing. Well, I won't totally drop what I'm doing, but I will somehow end up reversing the direction that I'm going. So I'll have half the head braided under, and you will see what looks like a knot right down the middle. And that knot right down the middle is because somehow, in the intentions of me doing exactly what I'm doing now, if I can ever get a hold of this piece over here, but the intentions of me doing exactly what I'm doing now ends up swapped, and instead of braiding underhanded, I will swap right in the middle and start braiding overhanded, and I have no idea why I do that. I don't know if it's just because I forget what I'm doing, or if it's because somebody like criticizes me and they make me question myself, but I will stop right in the middle and swap directions. Or maybe I get confused. Sometimes that happens. But I'll stop right in the middle, swap directions. So I know that I addressed this in my last video, that I had promised braiding tutorials to one of my viewers. Here's one of them. I will have the other 2 or 3 hopefully up within the next week. I'm hoping to have the other one up Thursday. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye guys.